Hey folks, got another channel hobby update for you guys. Show you what I've been doing, what's on my table, what I'm playing. And first up is my 28mm Old Glory Militia unit. I've showed these guys off before. I did manage to get some painting in this week. 2 sessions. Here's what I got so far. And again, these are Old Glory 28mm metals, solid pieces. So you're not dealing with multi-part models here like you often see with plastics. Let's zoom in and show what I've done so far. One thing you'll notice is I brightened up some of the colors. I have a tendency to really have dark looking units. Not too dark, but enough to look like they're on campaign and that sort of thing. And I went over a lot of the colors with some brighter shades. This guy in particular, you remember him, it was much darker red for his coat, and I did brighten that up a little bit. And I did likewise with this guy. He's got a much brighter gray jacket. And some of the greens as well I brightened up. And the main reason I did that is because I do like to apply an ink wash, strong tone, I think it's War Paints or Army Paint or one of them, strong tone ink wash over these guys, and it really darkens them up. Either that or a dip, which I haven't used in quite a while. Quite fond of the ink washes. So I'm trying to lighten up the colors to begin with, and hopefully we'll get some more brighter colors in here. Yeah, I've been working on these. I made quite a few corrections, smoothed out where I got paint where it shouldn't, that kind of thing. And they're coming out pretty good. I still have to add about at least 3 more figures to this group. I think there's like 17 here, which is an odd number. So I'm looking at a unit of 20, maybe 24 if I want to push it. So I got some additional figures I need to put with this unit. Still got the flesh to tighten up on here, go over again. They're looking pretty good. Got some interesting poses, and of course the guy's shooting. The shooting pose is nice. I haven't painted models like this yet for this period. He's got kind of a blue vest of sorts there. So yeah, I've been working on these, and I'll continue to do so in the next Paint and Chat, which is scheduled for, I believe, Monday. Yes. So they're coming along really good. And again, these are Forge and Brush, so these are the to sell. Very nice figures. So yeah, there are these guys. They're coming along good. And let's look at their counterparts, the 63rd foot. Just like magic, there they are. And I finally got these guys not only based, but their bases are textured. And you can see I did the highlighting to bring out the mud effect. It's kind of a strong white I put on there. I'm just noticing that now. I like to use an off-white. But that's okay, because most of this will be covered by flock, greens and browns, and grit, and so on and so forth. So that's not an issue. You won't see all that. You'll see just enough. And, yeah. So these guys, I finally got the bases pretty much done. And the next step is going to be to actually flock the bases. Like I said, I use usually clump flock, greens and brown flock, and some kitty litter for stones. I'll put in some broken tree branches in there, that kind of thing. And of course, static grass in little clusters around the base. I don't just flood the base with static grass. I know some people do that, which you can do. You grassy fields, right? But I typically don't do that. I like to break up the grassy areas. Looks more realistic to me. So yeah, line these guys up here. And again, these guys are for Forge and Brush. And there they are, almost. And here's the 2 flags, along with the drummer, kind of like a little command base. Got a guy taking a musket ball. And here's a pioneer. Here's an officer. And I think there's a NCO in here somewhere. Where is he? I thought there was. That's the good thing about Old Glory figures. When you buy their bags of miniatures, you get quite a few models. Various poses. You get all the officers, musicians, standards in one bag. Here he is. That's the other officer. Non-com. I believe. I didn't look close enough at him. And there they are. And they're coming along real good. These should be completed probably in the next paint and chat, and these guys will be available. Again, Forge and Brush. So, quite happy with them. Fantastic. I love painting these guys, AWI. Wish I could wargame this. I just have so many things going on. I can't do everything. But anyway, here they are. This is the 63rd, I believe. I could get them confused with the 64th. These guys have dark green facings. I still have yet to double check which number this regiment is. I believe it's the 63rd. They were present at Bunker Hill, Breeds Hill. So, okay, folks, let's take a look at what else I got on the painting desk anyway. Of course, these guys are the most impressive at the moment. Did make a video earlier in the week showing off my Gaul army and my Polybians. My Polybian Romans, and here's some Gauls I'm working on. These guys are going to be on this size base. It's 40 by 20, and they're war bands, and there's going to be 4 models on each base. And if you remember from my last video about this army, the bulk of my war bands are 3 per base, which is just how many I decided to put on that base. I think normally they're supposed to be 4 per base, according to DBMM. And I'm going to start adding more 4 per base models here. So, I got these guys all cleaned up and ready to be painted. Again, these are for my own personal collection. I do love Ancients Wargaming. And I'm gradually building up my Gaul forces along with my Romans currently. Plebeian Romans. And these are all Old Glory. Every one of them. Lots and lots of variety with these models. And they're all primed. I get a little touch up there. But they're all primed and good to go. And I'll be starting in earnest on these guys, if I can get them where you could see them, in the next paint and chat. Very fun. Love these guys. And I did get some of the browns in there. This guy's got some, you can't really see it. This guy right here. Did paint his tunic, kind of a brown color there. Yeah, so these guys are well underway, and I'll be getting even more underway with these guys in the next paint and chat on Monday, I believe. So, yeah, that's pretty much for my painting so far. In other news, I do have some 10mm Pendraken Macedonians. I believe these are Macedonians. And these are for a commission, and I thought I'd show these off, because honestly, I have never worked on Pendraken miniatures before. And it's got a little droopy pike in the back here. And all I could say is I am really impressed with these models. I don't know if we're getting a lot of glare there, but just fantastic detail on these models. And of course they are much bigger, being Pendraken. They're the bigger 10 mils. And got these guys with their pikes raised. There you can see them. And again, these are for a commission. There's about 130 pikemen in here. And you can see they got the guys with the pikes raised straight up, the guys at an angle, and the guys forward. That's these guys. So it's going to look like a real pike formation. Really nice. I've painted Old Glory 10 mils in the past, as many of you know, and they are a much smaller figure compared to the Pendraken. I don't have any near me, unfortunately. I got this guy. This guy's kind of at an angle. And when these guys are all done, look at that. When these guys are all done, it should be a quite impressive looking phalanx. So yeah, these are a commission I'm working on. And you'll see me paint through these as well in the coming weeks. Yeah, so there is these guys. Quite a few to work with. Macedonians. Love them. And of course on the role-playing front, I do have some D&D 5th edition planned in the coming weeks. I'm going to be getting together with a bunch of my friends for some online gaming. Quite a few of us, actually. And I'm going to be picking up my campaign where I left off. If you guys remember, I was playing in Midgard. Some of my good friends, Nick, my nephew, as well as a few others will be joining us in this campaign. By popular demand, everybody knows I'm a big fan of Pathfinder, but by popular demand, or by request, we're going to do some D&D 5th edition once again. So hopefully I'll have some videos up on that. You guys can watch our game sessions, something to look forward to. And by the way, I do have quite a number of past sessions I've run. I just haven't finished editing them and posted them yet. Right now I have like the Vault of Palin the Pious, which you can watch. Really great session with my friend Nick. And I do have some other episodes and chapters, if you will, of that story to post. I just have to finish editing them. However, like I said, I will be playing some more 5th edition in the next coming weeks, and I'm going to pick up where I left off, which is basically at the conclusion of Palin the Pious, that adventure. And I'm going to pick up from there, and I got lots of things planned to continue my campaign there. So there is that. Look forward to that in the coming weeks. And if you're, as always, folks, if you're interested in playing in any of my role-playing game sessions, I typically play Pathfinder, D&D, and Call of Cthulhu. Just leave me a message. I'm very friendly and open to new players, whether you're experienced or not in role-playing games. Just leave me a message, and we'll see if we can set you up and join one of my game sessions. So look forward to this, folks. And one other thing. I've been asked about this, and this is basically a jewelry case. I've been asked about this quite a bit, and it is extremely useful for storing your dice and rolling your dice. This is hard plastic, folks. And there you go. This makes, and usually, because it's a jewelry box, you might get one of these nifty little bags where you can store your dice and take them around with you, like I do. I've got my role-playing dice in here, and you could store them inside of this. As you can see, it does make a good dice roller. It's hard plastic, and yeah, look at that. So keep your eyes open for jewelry boxes. Very useful. And you don't have to do anything. It's just there they are. Of course, I'm not sure your wives or girlfriends or sisters will appreciate their missing jewelry box, but keep your eyes open for these things. You ever find them, go ahead and throw your dice in there. They're really useful. And hey, it's free. So there, do it yourself, right? So I just wanted to show that off. A little jewelry box to be used to carry your dice and roll in. And if you're lucky, you'll get the bag too. So just wanted to point that out. I don't think I ever mentioned that before, but I have been asked. So there you go. There is that. As far as board games and what's on the table, I did play some Conflict of Heroes. Awakening the Bear, the 3rd edition, actually. Tried it. Had a blast playing it. I love the new 3rd edition. It flows so much. The game plays so much quicker since you're not tracking APs anymore. And I played that up, and I'm still in the process of setting myself up to play it with the solo expansion, so there is that to look forward to in the future. Also, as far as what's actually on the table being played right now, you guessed it, ASL Starter Kit. I'm going to continue my gameplay series, going through all the scenarios from the starter kits. And so far, I'm at Scenario 3 from Starter Kit number 1. In fact, let's go to the table and take a look at what it looks like. And there we are. That's the layout of the map. And it's, of course, I haven't deployed the figures. They're all scattered around. Quite a few units here, as you can see, will be in this battle. Scenario 3, which is called Simple Equation, as you can see right there to the right. That is the scenario. This is what's on the table currently. Continuing my series of ASL scenario replays. And pretty stoked to get it underway. I haven't played in quite a while. This is Western Front action, late war, 1944, I believe. And I do love my ASL, so there is this, so you can look forward to gameplay of ASL Starter Kit in the coming days as I play through this. Not sure how long it's going to take. I believe it's a 6 or 7 turn long game. And quite interesting scenario. The Germans are on this side of the battlefield, and the Americans have to capture 25 hexes of building hexes. And there's got to be about 50 or more building hexes on this side of the map. They only count these buildings, not the ones over here. This is actually 2 map boards. These are the buildings that count for victory. And the Germans have like a dozen units, not the best quality. I believe they're line and conscript. And the Americans got like 14 units. They also have an elite unit. And yeah, flamethrower and medium machine guns and so on and so forth. Should be interesting, actually. And we'll see how well the Germans can hold out and defend Aachen, as it's called. And so stay tuned for that. Also in the board gaming news front, I've been looking a lot at several games that I'm thinking of getting before the year is out. I think I want to get at least one more game before the year is done. I'm not sure what it's going to be. And I'm thinking Lock and Load Heroes of the Motherland, big possibility. Another option is Great Campaigns of the American Civil War, a very pricey game that's probably more simulation. The series, that is more of a simulation than a game. But I like that sort of stuff. Very detailed. If you haven't checked it out, look up Multi-Man Publishing's website and look up their series, Great Campaigns of the American Civil War. And yeah, it looks very interesting. I can find quite a few videos on it, in fact, here on YouTube. You might want to look that up if you're interested in the Great Campaigns of the American Civil War. So that's another one that's on my radar. What else? Of course, Storms of Steel for the Conflict of Heroes series is another one that's on my radar. I'm not sure I'll pick that up right away, because I just basically got done playing the system. Very enjoyable, but it would be nice, getting the new updated version of the rules. I mean, a hard copy. Right now I've been using a PDF for the game, and I'm not a big fan of PDFs, so that's also on my radar. Among other things, Black Seas, the models anyway, look fantastic. I'm still considering whether I want to go that route and when I would begin that. And finally, of course, my Ancients Skirmish 28mm project. Like I said before, a lot of you folks know that I'm a big fan of Ancients Wargaming and DBMM. And I've been looking for an excuse to collect and paint 28mm figures, specifically the Victrix models. And Clash of Spears, self-published set of rules. Wargames Illustrated did a little pre-review of the book. It's coming out, I believe, in November or October. I am excited to try it out. I did have a go with the playtest, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. And it's given me a reason to get into 28mm, start collecting those Victrix models that I love so much, specifically for the Greco-Persian Wars, the early Greek conflicts with the Persians. So there is that. So that's another thing I'm looking to start. I wanted to get a start on that before the end of the year. I'm not sure I will. We will see, because as you guys know, especially by watching my updates, I got a lot on the table. I usually got something going on somewhere, whatever part of the hobby it is, role-playing, board games, miniatures, painting, the whole thing. So there's always something going on. So I have to really keep my focus on what interests me the most and not get distracted by things, and prioritize and plan my projects as we go down this route. So next year, we'll see what happens. Of course, my Napoleonics, and I should have a update soonish for my Napoleonic vlog, Chacon Bayonet, and give you an update on what's going on. There's some major updates regarding that coming soon. No big changes. I'm still doing my Leipzig project and 15 mil and all that. However, I am investigating using a different set of rules for that project. And I'll go into that in detail when we get there. But I am excited to do so. So stay tuned for that in the coming weeks and months. But more immediate, of course, will be my ASL replays, folks. I hope you enjoy them. Let me know what you think, what other kind of games you'd like me to play. But there's what's going on, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next update, or the next video, which is probably going to be ASL. We will see. All right, folks, you guys take care. Like, share, subscribe, support the channel, and leave me some comments, feedback, as always. And that should do it. So remember, folks, you guys hang in there. It's only going to get better. You know it. Take care.